Hello everybody, it's Burhaan again. Welcome back to another episode of Factorio. This is episode 39. In the last episode I set up this oil outpost thingy and just putting down a train. I seem to have run out of supplies to actually put the whole thing down. But then I also want to get a copy of the other sort of train. What is it? The loading section for the oil. So what's going to happen is the oil is going to go into a storage tank. The storage tank is going to feed into an assembly machine. Assembly machine is going to barrel that oil, and then the machine's going to put it into a chest, and the chest is going to feed the cargo wagon. And I've run out of supplies to be able to build all of that. So I'm just quickly going to base. And funny enough, I had set up an omni station, which means like two stations have the same name, and it looks like the train didn't choose, or the train that I had built to come down to the base didn't actually go to the station that is open. So that's something I need to figure out how to do. But not right now. So I'm just going back to base, just checking on the machines, getting some more railways, and just like stocking up on some stuff. Looks like the robots have brought me everything I need. This train is now in the way. What I should have done was probably just left that train there and picked up my red train, or the orange train, whatever color that is, and gone and like put it down on the track again. But anyway, considering I am still sitting on a train while I was recording this video, I guess I was just distracted. So anyways, you see there I select oil supply 4 because I want to go get a blueprint of that loading section for the oil. And there seems to have been a little bit of a traffic jam over here. A lot of biters, for whatever reason, these trains are basically stuck, and obviously it's purely because this coal train, or this copper train, hasn't left the station, which is causing a bit of a delay and causing a bit of a problem. So I'm just picking up these guns, putting them back down with so that autofill will fill them up. Just lining them up properly, well, sort of, just so that they're resupplied to protect that train station. This train is currently loading until full, and it's taking a long time. So let's just leave it to 30 seconds or 20 seconds so that it can get out of here, because I feel like we don't necessarily need full cargo wagons. We just need we just need consistent supply of cargo wagons, of coal and copper and iron, going back to the base from all of these different places. And of course, we go through that little bit of a squiggly section, past that one oil depot, down to this particular one. And it's really nice that the oil is next to the iron. I don't know if that's like a thing that was supposed to happen. I've driven a little bit farther away from the station. I was driving manual there, so that's why I did that. Just making a blueprint here quickly so that I can make a copy of this entire section. I decide to add in the railway so that I can line it up properly. Of course, if the track is already laid down, we don't need to lay that railway down. So anyways, we go back to base now through the loop, and of course, for whatever reason, it's turned around and it's gone up here, and it looks like I have selected the wrong. Do drop a like if you're enjoying the video. Thank you. It's come over here, and this is not exactly where I wanted to go. I guess I just forgot or miss what did I do? I picked the wrong place to go, right? So, and then I realized, oh, okay, I'm supposed to go back to oil supply 5. And then in my haste, I put down the train. A biter seems to be attacking. I just go check to make sure things are okay. I put it to go to oil supply 5. And then I hit go, and I'm like, why is it not going? And then I realized that I put it on the wrong side of the track. Conveniently. So pick that up, put it on the correct side, hop in, and then select the right station. And then I say go. And so now you're going to see us driving through. And like when I was driving over there, I was like, what? Why did it take a loop and go back? Like, that didn't make any sense to me. And obviously we're coming up to the tail end of this this loop, which a lot of people are not a fan of. I just made this loop here because, well, it's convenient. You'll see that I put signals in the middle of the loop, and that's not the right way to do it. So in a future episode, I believe I fixed that. So anyways, we're going up to the new oil outpost, past this nice big coal depot. And if you remember in the last episode, the reason why I chose this particular route instead of going straight up from that coal depot was because of this iron patch on the left hand side. And so that's what we're going to set up in a future episode. So I'm just making sure that this train has got the correct route. I'm just scheduling in the times and things that it needs to be there. And of course, I put down one cargo wagon because all we need is one. And I'm just looking for the blueprint to get this done. And I decide to put the oil and so all the processing of the material inside the loop, because I have got those guns down already, and I guess it's just a little bit more convenient. And then of course I don't have a storage pump on me, so I've got to build a storage pump. I'm looking for it in the crafting menu. Storage pump, where are you? And then I can see it on the screen now, but obviously while I was playing it, and I wasn't able to see it. And there it is. I find it. I build it. I built 3 of them, and then I decide to, obviously my robots, put it down. I gotta build some more pipe, and it's all just very like weird because I was preparing to build this loading section, but I wasn't prepared. It's like I knew what I needed to build, but I completely forgot about all the other stuff, which was strange. So anyways, we start preparing and putting down the underground pipes. And there's a nice number of deposits here, oil deposits, and I can make 5 oil pumps. But of course, the oil pumps take a bit of time to make. And so I'm trying to think about, like, okay, what should I be doing while I'm waiting for this stuff? Of course, there's 2 chests, and there's inserters, and there's a whole lot of stuff. And there's also electricity that's missing from this section because, you know, we need to run power up to this area so that the processing can actually happen. Then I decided to do a little bit of research. Laser turret damage 2, which is fine, except for the fact that I'm not actually using lasers in this playthrough. So there's that. And then I decide, okay, let's run the power. I finally figured out what I need to do. I don't know if it was because I was sitting on a train and doing this, playing this game, but my brain seemed to have been on a holiday. But anyway, I'm running the power with these long electric poles, and conveniently we obviously run it straight to the copper, straight to the coal. Run through this forest quickly, try to use the shortest path. Do subscribe if you're enjoying the video. By now I've got a few pump jacks ready or created. As I said, I can only make 5. And now I'm looking for the freaking thing in my menu. Like, it's really good to have large inventory. You know, the bot called large inventory. It basically increases the size of your inventory. And that's really convenient. I mean, it's really, really cool. But at the same time, because you've got so much stuff in your inventory, you just misplace things. And then I'm trying to decide, okay, how do I want to lay the pipes? And I'm pressing all the wrong buttons, pressing T instead of R. I think those two are really too close together. R for rotate, T for research. I'm not actually sure why they use T. But anyways, I could change that if I wanted to. So I'm putting down a few more pipes. Really struggling to find a way to have this done. It's like I'm I'm trying to think of what needs to be done, and like it's kind of like in watching this video after and recording this now, I was like, what was I actually doing? Like, I was sitting on a train going across the country, across Thailand, and playing this game to pass time, and recording because I didn't want you guys to miss out on what I was doing and how I had played and how I had built all this stuff. Like, the worst, no, I wouldn't say it's the worst thing, but I want to keep you guys involved in terms of what I've done on the game. And so yeah, I wasn't really sure. Maybe I was distracted by something or whatever. But anyways, we've got power on some of these pump jacks. We've got some pipes going, and I need to connect it up to the storage tank so that, at least in the meantime, we can get the oil into the storage tank. And I've run out of straight pipe. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. I need one more pump jack. I need a whole lot more pipe. And obviously these underground pipes are not going to connect right now. And so I'm still trying to make it work. I'm still trying to decide how things are going to go. Pressing all the wrong buttons. Trying to figure out what the layout is going to be. Shuffling the poles around. I think when I was recording this video, I was just really tired. It's the only plausible explanation. I then decided to make a pump for whatever reason, because I'm actually putting the pump on the wrong end. I think the pumps are supposed to go on the pump jack. I don't know, for whatever reason, I'm using the pump to push it into the storage tank, thinking that the pump jacks are not going to be pumping into the storage tank naturally. But that's a little weird. Like, I should be putting the pump on the other side where it's going into the assembly machine. But anyways, it's done now. And so now I'm trying to figure out why the oil isn't coming in to the storage bin. And then I rotated and realized that it was on the wrong. It was facing the wrong way. And so I am running out of steel. I've run out of straight pipe, and so there's no way I can actually connect it up to the assembly machine. Of course, I don't have any storage chests, so I just decided to make one steel chest. It was one iron chest and one wooden box chest thing, just so that I could have the. Well, actually, I put down 2, just so that it's there and it's done. Anyway, I then decided to finally give up on this whole thing. Set up the train so that it goes back to base, so I can resupply myself and then get going. I've got to wait for the 10 seconds or 15 seconds to pass, and then we get going. So for some of you playing the game, you know, it might be that this is the way you play. You know, it's sometimes can be confusing. There are sections of the game which are fiddly and that are just kind of annoying in the fact that you run out of supplies and you're away from base and you don't have robots to bring you stuff and you don't have enough material to actually make things. And that's that. And so I guess in this way, when I get back to base, it's really cool because I get to load up on some of these empty barrels, which are being made automatically in the base. I just need to make sure that this cargo wagon doesn't fill up with, fill the whole cargo wagon with empty barrels. And so I mark off these 10 slots for full barrels. The train has also been supplied with coal, so that's pretty cool. Run back to base. I think the robots have already brought me everything that I need, but I need to grab some pipe. I don't think I have pipe on my requesting menu. It's one thing that they need to do is to need to make the logistics slots bigger. We need more logistics slots. Anyway, so I grab some pipe here, and I grab some more pipe here. So that's kind of like a lot of pipe. It's almost 100 pipe. I need some undergrounds too. I grab all 200, but then I realize that's a bit too much. So I put back 100. Grab 200 and put back 100. Run back to the train. This mining drill is basically done. All the resources, I think this was stone that it was collecting. I decided to then pick up this electric pole. For whatever reason, I ran down to the water thinking that the station was further down, but yeah, I must have been high or something. But anyway, so I check on that train. It's got 3 full barrels, which is fine. I know that outpost that it's coming from is running low. It's basically pumping at 0.01 per pump. So we go back to iron outpost or iron supply 5 through all of these shenanigans. Past the coal, up north, around the loop, and this loop needs to be set up properly too. Just making a note of that. Switch the train off so that it doesn't disappear into the wilderness. And now I'm trying to figure out, I don't remember if there wasn't a filter inserted there or what's the deal, but I can't see it. For whatever reason, I can't see the arm. I can't see any part of it. It looks like there is one there already, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm zoomed in basically all the way to try to see what's there, and to be 100%, and I'm trying to understand why is this cargo wagon not offloading the empty barrels into this wooden box? And I thought it was an electricity problem. Obviously it's not, because there isn't an indicator that's showing me that there's a yellow thingy that says, oh, there's no electricity on this. And then I decide to move the train. I get in and I move the train, and yes, for sure there's an inserter there, and it's pointing in the right direction, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then when I stop the train manually, it starts to offload. It's like the weirdest thing. I'm not sure why. I set it to automatic so that the train parks in the right place. Check on that, and it's offloading now. So I don't know if it was a positioning thing or what it was, but I hope that's not going to become an issue in the future. But anyways, I get this, I've got my straight pumps, so now I can connect up all the rest of these pipes and get the rest of these pumps working. I need one more pump jack. I need to move out of the way. And then basically just set up the rest of these pipes. So I'm going to put a pipe there, put a pipe there. It's not really worth putting an underground there, right? In the center there. I'm just going to run it that way, put a corner on there. This one in the middle needs electricity, and so I put a power pole down, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just beacon the shit out of this area right now, because I don't really want to come back. I feel like if we can do the beacons right away, then that's just going to be better. Let's try to get as much of the oil back to base as fast as possible. And I mean, I'm not going to, like, these beacons are not going to be like efficiently put down, but I basically just want every pump jack to have at least 1 or 2 beacons, or maybe 3 if it's possible, around them, just for efficiency's sake. Well, not necessarily efficiency. I'm going to put speed in them. I'm going to put speed modules in them to try to get the oil out as fast as possible, because obviously, the oil pump jacks goes down to 0.01, and like it gets there pretty quickly. So the sooner we can get to that, the better, because then it's just, we've got all the oil out, and now it's just a case of finding more oil. So anyways, we put down the electricity, we start picking up the speed modules. I'm trying to decide. I think I go with speed module 2s, or just speed modules, and I just put speed modules everywhere, like in the pump jacks, in the beacons. It's probably better to go with a speed module 3 in everything. Press the wrong button, sorry. And we've got 120% output, which is good. Obviously, this machine is working. It's working pretty well. Please do subscribe for more videos. And we're already filling the cargo wagon, so that's working out nicely. The oil here is obviously being reduced because we're loading the train, and this oil is going pretty quickly. I put down a few speed, I think it was speed 3s that I put in those 2, and then I obviously don't have many more speed 3s, so I stopped with that endeavor. But nonetheless, that one that I put in got 140%, which in hindsight looks to be like, a speed 3 module takes a lot of effort to actually make. So to put down a speed 3 module and just get 20% extra efficiency is kind of, or extra speed, is not really worth it when I'm thinking about this now, recording this audio, the audio for this video. Anyway, I put down some more beacons, pick up some speed modules, just put those in there. There's a couple of power poles that need to go down, and then I realized that I'm just spending way too much time on this, but at the same time, we need to get this stuff done. And then we're just about full on the train in terms of full barrels. I want to get a full row, and obviously we haven't offloaded all of the empty barrels because the chest that I put down is a wooden chest. We don't need a wooden chest loading in, but we do need a wooden chest loading or offloading or taking off from the train. And so we put down that steel chest or that iron chest, and then it empties the train. We want the train to go back with only full barrels, and we want it to come in with empty barrels, and so that there's always a cycle of empty versus full. I decided to put in a yellow assembly machine just to try to get the crafting a little quicker, because I want this train to fill up, and also I want it to be a little bit more efficient. You can see some of these pump jacks have like 120, 130% efficiency. I'm short of about 16 or 17 barrels there, and so I just wait to have that done. And then for whatever reason, I decided to switch the train to automatic to start having it go, thinking that 15 seconds was going to be enough because I'm anxious to go back to the base. But I make a mistake. I have 8 barrels to fill, and I don't jump into the train, and so it's like the 15 seconds are ticking down. It's probably like 8 seconds or something left. I still have 4 and then it goes, right? And I completely miss it. I start running after it, thinking I'll be able to jump on. But obviously this train is a one engine, one cargo wagon, and so I completely miss it. Then I decide to just build a car and drive my car. But then I see on the little mini map that there's a base to the north. I can see the biters over there, and there's one to sort of the northeast, and I drive all the way through, already attracting their attention. I then hit a double back and reverse back to my gun turrets to sort of a defensive line. For whatever reason, the robot was running out, and that robot got killed. And anyways, I'm taking some damage. I put down my guns with the autofill, and I start annihilating some of these. This base. I annihilate it. It's in the middle of a forest. It's a little too close to the oil outpost, and so I just go on a killing spree, putting down more guns. I then realize, let's use the flamethrower, because the flamethrower can help. A couple of guns go kaboom, and now I'm just spamming these guns just to get rid of these. I'm not even picking up my guns after I'm done. It's like I just want to get through them, because I'm pissed off that the train left me, and I'm pissed off that there's so many biters, and I just want to get done. And then I spam the flamethrower here, not really caring about the pollution that's going to happen, because this forest is going to burn down. My robots are all sort of trying to charge up. They're basically, they don't have enough charge. They're damaged because they've been sort of trying to repair guns, and then I decided to just help them out and pick them up manually, so they can get a quick charge and go and pick up these guns. I check on my power suit, and it looks like I do have enough. I have 2 of these fusion reactors. So I'm trying to understand, like, why are the robots not on charge? Why are they so inefficient? I then see another base. Decide to come down, just annihilate them. I'm not too bothered about picking up the guns. Just decide to spam them over there. And by now I'm quite a way away from that oil outpost, so I just quickly run up, just pick up a couple of these guns for whatever reason, and I see the train, and I'm like, okay, let me run towards the train, and it starts leaving, and so I use my long reach, and I try to I finally get to its menu, and I stop it. I put it on manual so that it slows down, and then I run after it, and it stopped just here. So I jump in, but then I see a base on the right hand side, or I see some biters and things, and I'm like, why are these guys so close by? So I just put down a bunch of guns to get them done, to get them killed. Done. But that's all I've got time for right now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate your support. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.